Work together 13-4. If you look at the instructions, number 1, it says, using the payroll data as of March 31st, prepare a journal entry for the payment of the withheld taxes. Tesla Electric is a monthly schedule depositor. They're going to pay every month. Journalize check number 495 on the Cash Payments Journal 14 using the date the taxes are due to the federal government. Okay, so when you look above here, we're going to take a look at the payroll taxes from March 31st, and this is the data we need. We are going to record 3 deposits to the government. Remember, these 3 we can write out 1 check for. So our first one here, our federal income tax withheld, we'll go down to our journal. The date is March 31st. The account title is Employee Income Tax Payable. We are going to debit that because we're going to reduce the amount of that liability, $1,320. Okay, our second tax that we have is employees, notice the word here, employees Social Security tax withheld. Okay, so if you remember Social Security tax, the employee pays $1331.76 and the employer matches it, $1331.76. So the amount that they owe to the government is $2,663.52. And that is the amount that we have to record in our journal. Remember, this is the amount collected from the employees, and then the employer has to match that amount. So we are going to record this amount in our journal. Okay, the second line down here is going to be Social Security tax payable. We are going to debit it for the amount of the employer and the employee's amount, and that'll reduce that liability. Our third one, if you see this too, it says employees Medicare. Remember, with Medicare, both the employer and the employee pay it. So we're going to have $311.46, and that's your employee's tax. The employer matches it. And so if you add those two up together, you will come up with $622.92. And this is the amount that we have to record. Remember, employee, employer's part. So if we go down to our journal, we will have our Medicare tax payable, $622.92. Those are the 3 that we are going to write out check number 9 or 494 for. If we add those 3 numbers together, we add these 3 numbers together, that is the amount of cash that we will be crediting. So with that in mind, we will credit $4,606.44. So that is journalizing employees' income tax, Social Security, and Medicare. And again, we have to double the Social Security and Medicare because part of it is the employees, part of it is the employers. Okay, going on to the second step. Use the tax account credit balances to prepare the journal entries for payment of the FUTA and SUTA tax liability. Assume both checks were prepared on the due date for the federal tax deposit, and you will use those 2 checks. Remember, we have to have them separate because they go to 2 different agencies. So we're going to use this tab here, and we are going to record those 2 payments, and we have to do them separately. So unemployment tax for federal, we'll go down here, the date is the 31st. Unemployment tax payable, federal, We will debit that liability to reduce that amount, and we will credit cash. And we will write out check 522. So now we've taken care of that one. We're going to go on to the state. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pay the liability, the amount we've collected, to the state. The date is the 31st. The account title is unemployment tax payable state. The amount we owe, we're going to reduce this liability, $1,159.92. We'll credit the same amount to cash, and we'll write out check 523. And now we have recorded that. So again, just as a little summary, we are paying the taxes to the government, the amount that we've collected in our payroll. These three here go to one government agency, so we write out one check there. And then we pay this to the federal unemployment and that to the state unemployment.